Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I must apologize to you on JPS behalf. Never done moment around, This time the feed fell, but it was because of flow or digital. This time it was because of JPS. Yes, guys. So the light went, and as a result of which everything went. And so that's what happened just now. So, anyways, to continue with the news, as I was telling you this latest story about the fact that today, bus and taxi operators are on strike. Indeed, they are. So, continue with the story. According to the ministry, referring to the Ministry of Transport and Mining, they said they had not been formally notified of planned strike action, adding that they supported the constitutional right of any and every Jamaican to peaceful and orderly protest. Right? Excuse me. However, there have been allegations of threats being made towards operators who will not support the decision to strike. There has been dialogue with the Jamaica Constabulary for the JCF to ensure that no harm comes to those who oppose the notion. Following, okay, excuse me. The following are excerpts from statements made by the Minister, the Honorable Robert Montague. The Ministry of Transport and Mining stands firmly against the violation of any person who refuses to participate, and strict measures will be taken against those who incite, support, or cause violence towards persons in any form. No pressure of threat should be made to any operator who wants to strike and protest peacefully, or to any person who wants to work and take workers and students to their destination. Persons should be free to do what they want to do within the scope of the law. It is noted that the largest umbrella group of taxi operators, that is NCOTA, National Council of Taxi Association, do not support the proposed strike. The Ministry of Transport and Mining therefore urges all taxi and bus operators to come out on Monday in service to the people of Jamaica. Additionally, there has been a noticeable trend of some transport operators threatening to strike at the beginning of school periods, such as the case in September 2019. The same threat now comes as students will be sitting the Caribbean Examinations Council exam CXC. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. Okay, where am I? All right, so as I was saying, this same threat now comes as students who will be sitting the Caribbean Examinations Council CXC exams are to return to school following the impact of COVID-19. The ministry condemns this action, which threatens the future of young Jamaicans, and urges these vital service providers not to let down the people of Jamaica, but to continue to carry children who depend on them daily. It is said that education is the poor man's ladder to success. Therefore, an appeal is being made to commuters to speak with their friendly bus and taxi operators and encourage them to be supportive and loyal to the country of Jamaica, even as the fight to recover from the effects of the coronavirus continues. This is not the time to cause trouble and confusion, but to come together to continue the work to fix the industry, to make it a legacy and not just an end, a means to an end. And it continues. But I rest my case there, as always. I don't give the full story. I give you enough information. You can go and read the rest, but I give you enough information based on what I've read for it to give you my 2 cents and to able to make informed decisions. Right? Okay. So these articles are very long, I'm telling you. Very, very long. Anyways, I had already said last week, you've heard me give my 2 cents on this, right? Not much to add to it except to give you an update to let you know that yes, the strike is on. The strike is on. The island-wide strike is on. For bus operators and taxi operators are on strike. And persons who are out there may or may not recognize that it's happening because some persons are not on strike. So while some are striking, some are not striking. So there's still taxis and bus operators out there who are working to help commuters to get to their different locations, right? Especially for students who have to go to school because until July 3rd they still have to prepare for their exams, right? Exactly. And so yes, that's the latest with regard to that particular story. As I understand it, they will be out there until the minister have a dialogue with them, because they claim that the minister has not had a dialogue with them. They claim that the minister have not basically they've tried to have a meeting with him, but he has not entertained their request for them to sit down to have dialogue, and that's what they're waiting for. So until that happens, they are going to still be out there protesting, right? So I do, really hope and pray for all our students who have to get to classes, that there are no major interruptions and they are able to do so. I do know also that we do have informal bus and taxi operators, especially taxi operators, who will be only too happy to fill in, right, and to ensure that our students get to classes on time. Yeah. Yeah. Express the fact that I do not agree with this at all. I do not agree with this. As far as I'm concerned, there are other ways to solve problems. And while I am for protests, I'm all for the protesting, because you hear me say all the time, I stand with protesters, depending on what you're protesting. Yes, it's always about what you're protesting. It's always a motive. It has a lot to do with motives. You understand? Whether people have agendas or not, you understand? Okay, and also timing, as I said, it's also timing is everything. This is not the time. This is not the time for you to be demanding a 100% increase in fares. This is not the time. While I sympathize with your cause, this is not the time for you to be demanding a 100% increase in fares. Absolutely wrong. My opinion. All right. Okay, guys, so that was my 2 cents on that particular story. Yeah, so to continue, I do have one more story to give you. No, 2 more stories to give you. Yeah. Okay. And let me just say, well, on that subject of government, let me also add. Let me give you this one. So, yeah. The man who played a key role in the Andrew Holness internal leadership victory over the Honourable Audley Shaw, as well as marshalling the machinery in the St. Ann Northeast constituency for the past 20 years, is being tipped to replace the late Shahini Robinson. His name is Tyrone Robinson, no relation, allegedly, right? Mr. Robinson is the current chairman of the Northeast Regional Health Authority and has served as fundraising chairman of the St. Ann Northeast constituency for the last 2 decades. So he's not new to the job, so to speak. Robinson, in an exclusive interview with the Gleaner over the weekend, said that he has received the full endorsement of the constituency and the Jamaica Labour Party hierarchy, but it is yet to make a decision. Quote, I am weighing it and reserve the right to the decision on whether or not I represent the constituency in that capacity, because I have been asked many, many times, but I was not willing to do anything as yet. End quote. Robinson, with also a trained pilot, also operates a construction business and is involved in mining and farming. He could not say whether or not Prime Minister Andrew Holness planned on calling a by-election when asked. He is the son of Haywood Hall in St. Mary, and also has a vision for the development of the people of Northeast St. Ann. He is confident that if there is a by-election, he would win. Quote, I am the machinery behind the winning of the seat, and I've always been very accurate and successful in my calculation of the numbers for the constituency. He acknowledges that Shaheen Robinson's death has left a big political void. The important thing, he says, is the fact that she has left a great machinery behind, actually the best in Jamaica. The seat is a Shaheen Robinson seat. It is for us to continue her legacy, he says. And as you know, that the late Shaheen Robinson, she died on May 29 from cancer, and lots of accolades for her. Apparently, she did a very, 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 very good job. However, I must add one more piece of the story and give you so that you can make informed decisions about this particular story. So let me give you this part. Mr. Robinson, the same Tyrone Robinson, was embroiled in an Office of the Contractor General investigation into a controversial debushing project. Here we go again, talking about. All right. The OCG was scathing in their report of Mr. Robinson's answers to investigators, saying that it was of the firm opinion that Robinson was disingenuous, where we heard that word before, and sought to and did mislead the contractor general. So, Harrison had made a public appeal for Robinson to make himself available so that a summons could be served on him to appear before the OCG investigators probing the matter, but Robinson hit back at the OCG saying that its investigators had been delinquent in contacting him for months. So here is another situation, guys, where the question is, do we want this gentleman to replace the late Shaheen Robinson? Because at this point in time, there's a question mark as to his credibility and his integrity, because the OCG has been wanted by the OCG. Now, how do you become wanted by the OCG, guys? And the gentleman is in public office and he's out there and he's performing and he's doing his job, right? Effectively or ineffectively is not the point. So how can you become wanted by the OCG? Why do they not just basically, enlist the services of persons who can find people? Yeah, since he's lost. Boy, I'm telling you, guys, never a dull moment with these people, right? Never a dull moment with these people. And as we're on the subject of government, so let me just give you this one also. So, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Holness, okay, has indicated that the government will, in short order, announce the way forward regarding the reopening of restaurants, because everything is being opened, guys, except restaurants for us to go and sit and dine. This follows the completion of health and safety protocols to govern the operation of these establishments as the country resumes economic activities. Quote, the COVID-19 Economic Recovery Task Force has done significant work on how restaurants should reopen. So, in very short order, we should be able to say how restaurants should reopen. Mr. Holness was speaking in the House of Representatives. Yeah. Guys, are you enjoying my program? If you're enjoying the program, give me my thumbs up, man. Let me see my thumbs up if you're enjoying the program. Yeah? If you're finding it very informative. Meanwhile, Minister of Local Government and Community Development, the Honorable Desmond McKenzie, said an extension has been granted for the opening of community bars and taverns until the end of the month. So they open bars, guys, but they close restaurants. He advised that assessments are being undertaken for the possible reopening of sports bars. Quote, so we are looking to make some recommendations along those lines as to where we intend to go. He noted, end quote, he noted that the ministry has seen a positive response from bar operators in complying with the protocols that have been set. And so I give you the story, guys, for two reasons. Because one, of course, I'm like, I have been passing and seeing when I'm out there, I'm seeing bars, guys. I don't know if you have seen it. Have you seen the local community bars? Have you seen any social distancing happening or physical distancing happening in these bars, guys? No. So I'm not exactly sure which bars that the minister is actually going to, right? Or who is team, which bars his team are actually going to and monitoring, because I have seen and I've passed quite a few bars and I am seeing nothing of what the minister is talking about. I see no mask being worn. I see no physical distancing being practiced. But I didn't go into them, so I don't know if inside there were any sanitization stations. I don't know. But from what I see, there were no masks being worn either. That's what I have seen with my own two eyes as it relates to bars, local community bars. So I'm not really quite sure what the minister is saying. And here it is, they open bars and yet they close the restaurants. And restaurants have, by the very characteristics and nature of a restaurant, it's easier, in my opinion, for you to practice physical distancing because you're sitting around tables and chairs, not standing at a bar or in a bar, by the, what they call it there again, the table at the bar where everybody stand around, so to speak, or sit on a high stool for example, the bar counter. Thank you. Right. A restaurant have tables and chairs, and they can be spread out. Yeah, yet they close restaurants, but they open bars, and I see I think none of the health protocols that have been put in place. I see none of them being carried out at these local community bars. Yeah. So, anyways, it is what it is. I guess I'm wrapping up, guys. I have a couple more stories to give to you. So I'm gonna give you this one. So I was reading the Sunday Gleaner, and so I saw this, and I thought I would share this with you because it's interesting that this was a PSA in the Sunday Gleaner from the Bank of Nova Scotia. Yeah. Exactly, Max. You know what I'm saying? People have become complacent. There is no physical distancing or people wearing masks anymore. I see that. And frankly speaking, Maxine, you can't really blame the people them enough because can I tell you something? I had to tweet to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Honorable Kamina Johnson Smith. I had to tweet to her because she was entertaining the Indian ambassador to Jamaica the other day. And first of all, when they greeted each other initially, she was wearing her mask. But then I saw pictures while they were there. She took off the mask, and so they were there sitting in the office and no mask. He had no mask on. She had no mask on. They were elbow bumping. That there's no physical distancing because they were elbow bumping without mask. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm saying, so I had to tweet to her, and I'm saying to her, can you understand why now that the average Jamaican don't take COVID-19 seriously, and why it is that they're not wearing their mask or practicing physical distancing? Because here it is, you yourself, and you posted this on social media. It is a picture, everybody can see it, and people are seeing it, and it's a big joke. You understand? Yeah? No protocol being followed. Exactly. You see, even some of the places that used to sanitize customers have stopped doing it because as far as people are concerned, it's like COVID-19 is gone. We're in post-COVID-19 era. You see, and it is our leaders are not setting the examples. So of course, what they don't understand. They do not understand the import of them leading by example. They don't get it. And the reason she removed the mask because she knows how uncomfortable it is to wear a mask. That's the thing, They know that wearing a mask is uncomfortable. They know wearing the mask is not healthy. You understand? But at the same time, they tell you, do as I say, but don't do as I do. Yeah? And so I have to beg the question. I keep asking. I say, what do they know that we don't know? Because they seem to know something that we don't know. Because they say do this, but they don't do it. You understand? And so now you're looking, when you walk on the street, very few people are wearing masks. When I take public transportation, very few people are wearing masks. And matter of fact, sometimes I look as if I'm an alien wearing my mask because nobody else in the vehicle is wearing a mask. You see, the only time I see people in vehicle wear masks is when we're approaching a checkpoint. So if I have to travel outside of state, and we have to cross borders, then at that checkpoint, you hear the driver say, "Please put on your mask. People put on your mask." You understand? And nobody is practicing any kind of physical distancing at all. That is non-existent, Maxine. I've seen it. I've been out there. Yeah. So, um, time will tell. I say people all the time, truth survives in time, right? And so time will tell as to exactly what is going to be the outcome of this so-called post-COVID era, because after the post-COVID era, based on what is happening, apparently COVID-19 is gone. Yeah, we'll see. I talked about a new wave yesterday. We see what is happening in Florida. Oh my God, Florida has now become the new epicenter, guys. Florida has become the new epicenter. You see what's happening in Florida? Yeah. All right. So, as I was saying now, to this PSA that Scotiabank has issued in the Sunday Gleaner, to ensure you have an uninterrupted access to your deposit statement, we are going paperless effective July 1st. According to Scotiabank, they're going paperless effective July 1st, 2020. And so they're encouraging that persons must sign up for the Scotia online banking so that you can access all the different banking transactions you need to perform. You understand? These statements are also more secure online. According to them, they claim that if you're not able to do this online, Scotia Online, then you can have access to online banking by doing Telescotia, which is a way you're calling their phone number, which is 888-472-6842, and it's a 24/7 operation that they're running there. I have an issue. I have an issue with that, guys. I have an issue with that because I see all of these things. For me, it's a way of edging. They're edging into this digital society that they're trying to introduce to us. You understand? And so all of these different financial institutions and other agencies are all going paperless, and everything must be done online in an effort for us to become a digital community or digital society. And I am saying rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Because you cannot, what you are doing, you are leaving half the population behind with what you are doing. You cannot eliminate. You can have complementary, supplementary, but not elimination. Not in a society where only approximately 60% of the population has internet access. And I miss so. And I make up the figures. This is what is out there published, right? Statistica.com give you statistics all over the world. And they say, right, and this information is accurate as of February 2020. As of February of this year, 2020, the information is accurate as of that time, you see. Approximately 60% of the population have access to internet. We already know Minister of Education, the Honorable Carl Samuda, he already gave some figures and he already told us, you see. He said of that percentage of users, which we understand to be approximately 60%, only 24% have any kind of stable internet access. That means 76% of the population do not have stable internet access or no internet access at all, who should have had internet access. Limited internet access. So I'm saying approximately 50% of the population of Jamaica, approximately half of the country, do not have access to internet or good access to internet. They have limited access or no access. So how are you going to be pushing and keep pushing? You got to get your priorities right. You got to know how to prioritize, get your act together and prioritize. You understand? We're not saying you cannot go digital. We're just saying it's just not going to happen for 2020. Because unless by miracle, digital and Lime and Flow, aka Lime Flow, yeah, and digital, unless they get their act together and actually do what they're supposed to do, yeah. Exactly. What about those persons who are not technologically challenged either? Because you got to think about those persons also. You have persons who are hearing impaired, not really impaired, it doesn't really bother into access, but visually impaired for sure. Persons who are visually impaired, yeah. But about those persons, I don't see websites putting things in place for persons who are visually impaired. So how on earth are you going to be pushing? You're pushing this agenda. You're pushing this agenda, right? And yet you do not have the proper infrastructure. Now, I heard that the minister said that according to the contract that these internet service providers signed, they are supposed to provide 95% internet access to the population. 95%. So for me, right now, it means that they are in breach of their contract. Because if 60% of the population have it, and it should be 95%, that means 35% do not have it that should have it. And that means they have breached their contract. So for me, at this point in time, it means simple that the OUR needs to come in and do an audit. You understand? And I don't see the Honorable Fable Williams asking or ordering the OUR as she did with JPS. Right? So apparently there is nobody in government right now who is being adversely affected by the lack of internet service. Apparently they are a part of the 20+% of users who have great internet access, and so nobody else counts. Yeah, the 70% do not count, because I don't see an order for the OUR to audit Digicel and Flow, who are giving us crappy service. Huh? And people are getting left behind. 50% of the population is getting left behind. As a matter of fact, it's more than 50%, because, like it was rightly pointed out by Maxine, you have persons out there who are not technologically advanced to use the system. And you can't say, go learn. That's not the answer. That's not the solution. The point is that they don't know. Many of them are even older persons, right, who are unable at this point in time. And why are you going to send them to go back to school to go and learn to use computers? Why should they have to do that? Because you say so, right? So I am 80 years of age, and I must go online to do my transaction, and I must go to school to learn how to do it because you say so. Why? I want to enjoy my later years in life. You understand? Yeah. I want to enjoy my grandchildren and my great grandchildren. I don't want to be having to go to school to learn to use a computer. That's what I have my great grandchild to do. Yeah. But I don't want my personal information to be available to all and sundry. So now you're sending me to have persons who have had to have my information, who I don't want to have my information, because I don't know how to do it myself, because I'm 80 years old, 85, 90, whatever. You understand? That's ageism, by the way. Yeah. You guys, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't get you. I don't get you. I don't get you. I don't get you. You can't be pushing. You have to prioritize. Your priority right now is to ensure. And let me tell you something also. Even on the other side of the coin too. You are also pushing for work at home, which I am a proponent for work at home. I work at home. So I have no problem with work at home. But you can't have work at home when you have clients who demand that you have high-speed internet and you don't have high-speed internet service. Because the high-speed internet service, is fluctuating and it keeps dropping, and it's high speed, but it keeps falling. Exactly, Max. Those elderly who have their hard-earned money in the bank are being slighted. Absolutely. You see, there are a large cohort of persons who are falling through the cracks as a result of the so-called push for digitalizing of the society. Why can't both coexist? Okay, the young and savvy and technologically savvy a person wants to go online, they can go online and do business. But you're gonna have to have the pay per for the other 50% of the population. No one gets left behind. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. So that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, the final thing I'm gonna say is to guys, matter of fact, No international news for you today. There's a lot happening internationally. The only international news I'm going to tell you that Florida is a new epicenter. Yeah, Florida. Oh my God. But today, I must say congratulations to the Citizen Security and Justice Program, the CSJP. They are celebrating 19 years, guys, 19 years. And I must just want to give you some a little excerpt because a lot of people don't even know who this, who of whom I speak. So let me basically give you some information about them because they have been doing a lot of work in Jamaica and because they partner with IDB, but most persons don't know what they do. So I'm going to give you some information as to basically some of the things that they have implemented in their 19 years of, working with Jamaica and Jamaicans. So, excuse me. The Citizen Security and Justice Program, the CSJP, was conceived by the government of Jamaica in conjunction with the Inter-American Development Bank, that's the IDB, right? And has been in existence since 2001. They started September 2001. They designed September? No, sorry, June 2001. The design of the CSJP was in response to national concerns about the spiraling crime rate in Jamaica and was guided by findings of a number of studies commissioned by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, fed into the design. The program was designed to complement the role of the Jamaica Conservative Force, the JCF, in preventing and reducing levels of crime and violence in Jamaica, basically a social intervention, right? The CSJP methodology proposed a preventative approach to crime and violence, addressing root causes of crime and violence, such as limited economic prospects of youth in volatile communities, inability of target population to amicably resolve differences, and a general feeling of disenfranchisement among them. Yeah. For both the IDB and the government of Jamaica, the CSJP at birth was a prototype and was seen as a pilot project which, based on its success, could be replicated in other countries in the region. Although several international development partners had been involved in security and justice initiatives in the island over the years, none had attempted before an initiative as multidimensional and to the magnitude of the CSJP, especially as it related to city communities. Guys, I'm sorry, I speak very fast because when I speak slow, I stutter. So I know some person didn't even realize that I stutter until I started to speak slow, which is why I speak faster. Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, at inception, the CSJP's overall goal was to enhance citizen security and justice in Jamaica, and the primary objectives are to prevent and reduce crime and violence, strengthen crime management capabilities, and improve the delivery of judicial services. These objectives follow through to all three phases of the program, just with slight modifications. So, in a message, the IDB, because the program is in partnership with them. So the general manager for the Caribbean Country Group of the IDB, Teresa Turner Jones, in her message, she said, the IDB is proud. Sorry. The IDB is proudly celebrating 50 years of close partnership with the government and the people of Jamaica. We are firmly committed to our mission of improving lives. So they're older than EU, of course, right? Happier. So for the past 20 years, the bank has supported the CSJP. This is one of our longest running programs in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Excuse me. And some of the initiatives, I'm going to give you some of the programs that they have done to date includes 8,879 educational enrichment programs, 6,330 vocational skills and on-the-job training, and this is basically for youth, and this includes the JDF youth program. Yeah. They're the ones who basically funded the IDB. Okay. 887 pre-vocational skills training programs, 32,170 at-risk families and individuals attending preventative anti-violence training programs, 8,134 tuition support. This is for both secondary and tertiary scholarships. Not bad, eh? Restorative justice centers have been equipped and furnished, and 7 of them has been done so far. Over 9,687 persons have been sensitized with regard to restorative justice. 160 facilitators have been trained with regard to restorative justice. 615 job placements have been made to date, with 1,221 summer employment and 28,041 men with a message outreach. Kudos for this initiative, and kudos to the IDB. They have been instrumental, in Jamaica's programs, and they've been helping a lot financially in helping many initiatives that have been implemented in our country. So we say hats off to them. I think on that good note, I will end the program, right? We like to end with good news. We don't like to end with sad news. I hope you enjoyed the program today, guys. I'm sorry it fell. It was no fault of mine. It was JPS. You see, this is another reason, guys, we cannot go digital. What is wrong with these people? Why they don't get it? We don't even have good electricity, and we depend on electricity for our internet service access. We can't do it without without electricity, and our electricity service is also crappy, very poor service. In the midst of my program, the feed fell because the light went. This is the norm. Imagine if I'm working and doing a job for a customer, for a client, and this happens, guys. That is the point. They're not getting. Until we have these things rectified, until these things are corrected, until we have stable electricity and stable internet access, we can't go digital full time. It cannot be going full time, right? According to Scotiabank and other institutions, etc., and the government. We can't do it. We're just not ready. We're just too full of passion. And even those countries who are following, they are not totally and fully digitized either, right? You're always trying to follow these first world countries, and they themselves are not. And they have better infrastructure than what we have. Come on. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We have to grow. We have to grow. It's called personal growth and development. We have to grow as a people, man. We got to grow individually, and we got to grow collectively. And we must not leave anyone behind. So we must be thinking about, and it goes to show that these people are not thinking about it. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And actions speak louder than words. So they say we are for the people, but what they do is show that they are not for the people. Although they say they are for the people, but their actions say otherwise. And the action is what you must look at. It's not what they say. I keep on telling you, if people will say anything, don't watch the mouth. No, watch the mouth. Watch a person's action. So you say, I love you. That means nothing to me. It's how you treat me. I will know if you love me or not. Because actions speak louder than words. Yeah, love is an action word. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Guys, yeah, on that note, I have come to the end of this program. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Remember to share the link, let other persons get to hear what I am saying, that they too can make informed decisions, right? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and as a student of knowledge, I'm here to share information with my fellow student of knowledge. Yeah, I thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for, I know I lost some person when the feed fell. I understand that, guys. Is why it's important for you to subscribe. It's important for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I come online. Absolutely. Because once the feed fell, I cannot send you a link. So you have to subscribe to the channel. Okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, my cousin. Thank you, Maxine. Thank you, Maxine Maxwell. Thank you for tuning into my program. I really appreciate it. Mwah. She had a wonderful program too, guys. Yes. Her program is called Financially Focused. Yeah, financially focused. I was watching that episode the other day. I was so enthralled by it. She had a great program called financially focused. So you can go and also subscribe to her channel also on YouTube. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've just started because of COVID-19, but she has been doing it for years. So really appreciate you today, man, tuning into the program. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you for all my other viewers, my family and friends, and persons, even persons who I do not know, right? As a result of the link being shared. Yeah. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, man. Let me see the thumbs up. Thank you, darling. Let me see the thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't see any thumbs up from you. Let me see your thumbs up, Max. Yeah. Okay. Although I also know that there's some problems with YouTube and their algorithm because persons are giving me thumbs up, it's not showing up, and persons are viewing and it's not showing up either. But that's another story. Yeah. Anyway, I am still appreciative. I give God thanks for the opportunity that I can be on YouTube. I thank God for YouTube. I thank God for the internet. I thank God even for Flow with their crappy service and for JPS. And most of all, I thank God for you, my viewers, for tuning into this program. Continue to share the link. And remember, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where you can also go comment, share, and like. Okay. And guys, remember, we are in a pandemic, regardless of what you're seeing and happening out there. We are in a pandemic. Something is happening, guys. Something is happening. You see what's happening in Florida. And so, regardless of the fact that they might know something that we don't know, and they might not be giving us all the information, and they're supposed to give us the information, nevertheless, we know something is happening. So I'm going to implore you, when you're going outside, to wear your mask and practice physical distancing. Remember to practice infection control measures by washing your hands. I don't mean not wash your hand arbitrarily, no. I mean, if it is soiled naturally, you blow your nose, for example, or whatever, you wash your hands. You go to the bathroom, you wash your hands. I'm saying, you understand? Always practice infection control measures because you want to ensure to be germ free. You understand? And you wear the mask to protect the portal of entry and the portal of exit, as I've taught you in previous episodes, yeah, of the program. Guys, stay healthy. Please stay healthy. Stay blessed. Okay. Be a blessing to others. Okay. That's why we're here. We are here to help others. Each one help one, right? That's what we're supposed to help each other. We're to love each other, show love and compassion to each other. You understand? And that's what we're called to do. And so, as you go about your day-to-day activities, ensure that you always find at least one person and help at least one person. If each one help one, we'll have a helpful society filled with healthy people, healthy, and blessed people. Yeah. Okay. Until tomorrow, Tuesday at midday, God willing. This is JJ, Woman Without Borders, saying, stay blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now. Love you.